I think that the biggest thing that's happening right now, we're gonna spit political, then we're gonna go over to the abominable, and then we're gonna level it out on some relationship type stuff. All right. So I think that the biggest thing right now is Trump and Elon Musk. I don't know if everybody has heard, but basically everything is just kind of going left, where they basically just they just seeing how low each other can go, and they kind of throwing each other under the bus. So I'm gonna present a little bit of what Elon Musk has got going on X, formerly known as Twitter, and then I'm gonna show a little bit of what Trump is saying in response, and then I want to get y'all thoughts. So this is kind of sort of what's going on. So Elon Musk is basically just like, it starts off with the fact that Elon Musk obviously don't like the big beautiful bill, and his biggest problem is that he don't want it to be any more of a budget deficit. He don't want the debt ceiling to go up anymore. And his biggest thing is, listen, I don't care what happens. We need to make sure that we cut, and we need to make sure that we operate within budget and do a budget surplus so we can get the national deficit down. They kind of had a little meeting together to where, his last day in Doge, White House send off. And after that, I guess he just couldn't hold it in. And so he just started going off on X, formerly known as Twitter. And then this is what he started talking about. It got so bad to where he basically was saying that Trump is party with Epstein, and he's a part of the Epstein files. And, he started saying that he's going to cause a recession in the second half of the year. He started reposting stuff that basically said that the relationship between Trump and Epstein is well established, and Trump was on his plane at least 7 times. And, he started calling for J.D. Vance to basically take over the White House and for Trump to be impeached. Trump then goes on, and he has his own perspective where he's basically, going in, and they asked him, the reporters asked him what he felt about Elon Musk after Trump had basically announced that him and China had basically came to a deal. And this is some of what he had to say.
Thank you, Mr. President. The criticism that I've seen, and I'm sure you've seen, regarding Elon Musk and your big, beautiful bill, what's your reaction to that? Do you think it in any way hurts passage in the Senate, which, of course, what is you're seeking?
Well, look, I've always liked Elon, and it's always very surprised. You saw the words he had for me, and he hasn't said anything about me that's bad. I'd rather have him criticize me than the bill, because the bill is incredible. It's the biggest cut in the history of our country. We've never cut. It's about 1.6 trillion in cuts. It's the biggest tax cut. You would say, people's taxes will go way down, but it's the biggest tax cut in history. It's we are doing things in that bill that are unbelievable. And when you look at what we're doing for small businesses, for people, for middle-income people, all of the things that we're doing, nobody's ever seen anything like it. And, Elon's upset because we took the EV mandate, and, which was a lot of money for electric vehicles. And, they're having a hard time, the electric vehicles. And they want us to pay billions of dollars in subsidy. And, Elon knew this from the beginning. He knew it for a long time ago. That's been in there. That's been, I would say, JD, that hasn't changed. That's been right from the beginning. Mr. Secretary, that hasn't changed at all, right from the beginning. But I know that disturbed him. He wanted, and rightfully, he recommended somebody from, that he, I guess, knew very well. I'm sure he respected him, but to run NASA. And I didn't think it was appropriate. And he happened to be a Democrat, like totally Democrat. And I say, look, we won. We get certain privileges. And one of the privileges, we don't have to appoint a Democrat. NASA is very important. We have great people. General Kane is going to be picking somebody with our, we'll be checking him out and seeing, but he wanted that person, a certain person, and we said no. And, I can understand why he's upset. Remember, he was here for a long time. You saw a man who was very happy when he stood behind the Oval desk, and even with a black eye, I said, do you want a little makeup? We'll get you a little makeup. But he said, no, I don't think so, which is interesting and very nice. He wants to be who he is, so you could make that statement too, I guess.
So it's going left. Trump says he needed a little bit of makeup for his black eye, I guess. Elon Musk is going off on Twitter. And yeah, I guess the bromance is over. So I'm gonna start with Mika. Um, and then maybe Slimmy, and then y'all can just have it from there and we'll play it out from there. What do y'all think about this?
To me, it seems like a cover up of something because there's no way that Elon and Trump just automatically go rogue like that with each other. To me, I think it's some way to get Elon back in good standings with the majority of the left. I think Elon already knew the cuts were coming to the electrical vehicle mandates because Trump never liked them in the first place. They were under Joe Biden. And then Elon talked about them before on the road. So there's absolutely no way, that Elon doesn't know that those mandates for the electrical vehicles were going to get cut. I think it's just a way if you criticize Donald Trump, then you're back in good standings with the liberals. Because there's no way. And then there's no way that you would put your child on a helicopter, plane, or anything by himself with a pedo, because that's what he's insinuating with Epstein stuff.
Slimmy?
Well, as far as I'll go with Elon Musk said about the Epstein shit, man. Obviously, he been said he saw something. He said it a while ago. He bit his tongue. He didn't want to speak on it. So maybe this is what it was. We don't know for sure. We'll never know. Um, so, but I think what's larger at play is something else going on. There's something else way bigger than this going on, and we probably never will know until it's all unveiled and revealed. Who knows when that'll happen? But I think this is just a distraction. I don't think they really got no real smoke for each other. They're politicians. They're gonna say all type. Well, Elon Musk really isn't, but they're gonna say all type of wild shit. And at the end of the day, they'll be friends. um, Much ado about nothing.
So I think, and I'm not political, but I'm big on common sense. What you have is a clash of the two raising. You could tell Elon. I don't know nothing about Elon, but I could tell you for a fact he didn't grow up with his dad, and I could tell you that Trump probably did. So
Elon grew up with his dad?
Huh?
He grew up with his dad.
Elon?
Yeah.
Okay. Well, he definitely not this planet. It's the way that he's going about this matter. So now Elon, he a guy who's standing on business, and I'm pretty sure when he came in and wanted to do these budget cuts, he wanted to do it to an absolute way. Trump wanted to do just enough to appease his people and get a lot of it knocked down. Trump know that it's a system that, hey, if I mess with too much of this, my head gone. Elon is ready to go full blown. Fuck y'all, let's get it down and not worry about the consequences. So they playing on really two different ball courts from just me just looking, because you could tell Elon want to do it. Trump just want to do enough to stay alive. And that's just me looking in on without me knowing much about nothing. I just know people, and it's common sense. I think that they still might have respect for each other, but Elon, the way he smart people are usually horrible people to other people. And Trump, his greatest asset is his relationships. Elon, he's smart, so he burned a lot of bridges on his way to doing anything. Trump maintained these bridges. That's just what's going on. I know a lot of people like Elon, super smart, but got horrible people skills. Yeah, Trump not super smart, but he got great people skills, and that's how he's able to succeed.
That's true. I can rock with that. Molly, any thoughts?
Not really, because I'm just hearing about this not too long ago, so I didn't really do my homework. But it seems messy. On one hand, I'm kind of like a part of me doesn't care because there's some rich billionaires going through rich billionaire things. However, they do affect us. I do feel like there are parts of the bill that I'm just like, is this really necessary? So I understand where Elon Musk is coming from, but to say he was on the Epstein files, I don't know. I feel like that's,
Well, he probably was. I
I
believe Elon.
think everybody was,
I
to be
believe Elon,
honest. I think everybody
but to sit
was.
on that information when you was working hand in hand with him, it's
That's
kind of
how
like
I
a
feel.
breakup. Like you knew I won shit, but now that we broke up, here you go telling the world.
That's
Like
Yeah,
how I
I
feel
was
too.
on that too.
I don't think it's the
Yeah.
Epstein files that he's, like, how like Bill Clinton and others and Prince Andrews. I do think though rich people tend to be around other rich people because if that's the case, we might as well throw everybody in with Diddy and say everybody was at Diddy's house. Just because they have been around Diddy, have been to some parties with Diddy, right? They're all rich. And there are videos with Donald Trump and Epstein. So he did know him. He's been on that plane. That plane gets chartered, but I don't think he's on that island doing whatever, because he's been one of the ones even before,
pushing for it.
all of this happened that he was talking about what happens at that island.
Yeah. I just hate that, and I expect this from Elon. I just hate that is big. He went public about it because now you got the Democrats trying to breathe again. Y'all see this and this who y'all voted for? Who you and it's just more ruckus. But in every what you call a term, what y'all call that shit? In every administration, you have these type of things. But Elon, not having political background, went public with it, and that's a big no-no.
I think that's why it's all a distraction. And I think
I just
you
I
gotta
just
expect
think that it's
something bigger, something way bigger to come from this.
I just think that it's two non-politicians doing political shit. You got to think Trump not no politician,
Well,
Elon not either.
No,
That's
it's just
Trump know how to finagle. He knows
Trump
how to
had
finagle
it.
the
because
country is a business though. It's not political. It's literally a corporation.
I get it, but the political way to handle these conversations are amongst each other.
well,
And
but
like,
Trump does a level of trolling to get a conversation going, not to spill the beans, right? And so that's what Elon is doing. But on the other hand, Trump has Trump is trying to slow walk it. Elon just wants to do exactly what you just said. He wants to go full throttle. Trump knows, okay, I can't take this without taking this. I got to do this without doing this. Elon wants to do the whole thing at one time.
So what's Elon's most specific issue is because it's going to inflate the deficit over the next decade.
It's going to
yeah,
add to it
and keep in
over
mind,
like
like
2 years.
somebody like Elon want to be the best at everything he ever did. So when he attached his name to it, he really wanted to knock this budget all the way down. But Trump wasn't looking for that. He wanted to knock it down a good significant. But Elon is trying to be a perfectionist and knock it all the way down. I could tell you right now, they was gonna bump heads. They was gonna bump heads about it.
It's kind of weird because that's like I understand where Elon Musk is coming from. Sometimes I just question his motives. I don't know. I can't read him. I don't know what side he's on, but
It's on you show his dad was around because he don't act like it, bro. I'm good with this type of shit, like with
Elon
characteristics.
is socially awkward, though. You got to remember that.
I'm hold on, I got to look this up, Anton. I can't because I'm great with people. I know people. Elon don't act like a dude that had his dad in his life.
He was in his life,
well,
and not only was he in his life, he was rich too,
yeah,
and
he
he's
could have
still
been
in his
busy, but
life.
he had his
He
yeah.
still plays a role in his life today.
Well, what I will say is though that it's kind of crazy that one of the main things that Trump said he was going to do was expose those files, and then this comes out like that he's in them, like which I never
E-
doubted, which I never
Everybody
doubted,
is.
but which I never doubted, but the way Elon Musk said it, he said it as if it was something else
And
going
so they
on.
said they're not close.
But he could have just been saying that just to.
Yeah, absolutely. Well, I don't know how
They
close
said
they
he
are.
had an active role in his early life, but they had sabotaged as a teenager and adult. And that's what it's given, bro.
I can't say how close they are. I know that he recently even went on Vlad TV and said that they still work together. They still in a relationship. They still cool, and they still play a role in each other's life. So his dad has always been in his life.
The reason why I could tell when a dad is in your life, like your ability to problem solve is astronomical greater than a male that came from a single female house. And the way Elon has handled issues in his past, just not with Trump, lets me like that what got me to wonder, like, do your dad handle issues like this?
His father was on Vlad, not Elon. His father was on Vlad.
Okay.
Elon Musk is autistic too, so he doesn't.
I don't know. I think it's embarrassing. I mean, a lot of the reason that people say that they don't want to vote for females to run the country is because they're emotional. And now we're seeing this breakup and they're being emotional about it. I feel like that lends us to a weakness that shouldn't be seen anywhere. Like you're going back and forth with each other like this. This is ridiculous.
I expect this from a Trump and an Elon though. And this why is this the only reason this can be cool, because these are not two traditional politicians. If this was,
I don't think it could ever be cool though.
If this was Bill Clinton or Barack Obama and somebody else, I feel like that'd be a bigger problem. Trump,
well, that would never happen because they would never publicly discuss it. They would just hate each other behind the scenes.
That's the point.
That's what I'm saying.
Here's the difference is that I don't think that Barack Obama is an alpha like that. I don't think that Bill Clinton is an alpha like that. I believe that what you see happening right now is two super alpha type of dudes that are both the top of the top of whatever it is that they do and whatever makes them great. And Elon Musk is not used to being in a space where he could ever be told no, or people would ever reject whatever it is that he say or his ideas or whatever. And Trump is used to being a winner also, to where he top dog and everybody bows to his feet also. And so when you have two people like that, and you throw the fact that Elon Musk is the fucking richest man on paper, or you know what I'm saying? I'm sure you got other people that are probably richer or whatever that you don't know of. But when you throw two combustible people like that into a room, man, like, I don't know what people expected. Like, Elon Musk is probably the worst type of friend that you could ever have, bro. People value money a lot and they always talk about the richest and all of that. I don't think that Elon Musk give a fuck about money at this point. I think he cares so much more about winning and shaping things visibly to be what it is that he wanted to be, that, like, you know, he at some point, that nigga probably was just laying in bed like, man, fuck Trump. He probably just woke up on some fuck Trump type shit and just started and picked up his phone and started tweeting. He be on this Kanye shit.
In fact,
That's how I feel too.
I don't think
That's
that
why I'm
Elon Musk
confused.
too much different than Ye when he just wake the fuck up and just be like, you know what, man, who the fuck they think they talking to? Like, I think he got that. And to be honest with you, as a man, I think that the people that are super successful have that mindset. You got the mindset. I don't even like. I'm nowhere near on their level. I'm just kind of relating it. I still check the tape. Like, I still check every day. I go and check the enemies.
Oh, wow, man.
That was wild.
I do. I got upset.
What are you
got upset yesterday, and I said, man,
Chat.
they bite my shit. They putting the episode numbers up there all of a sudden on their shit. Niggas is stealing my thumbnail style, but they can't do it as well. They trying to pivot and all of that shit. Like, you still check the tape, and you still even
the highest flattery though.
No, I don't look at it as flattery. I look at it as biting.